Hi, Dave Snyder here. It is Sunday, August 26th, 2012. Okay, so last night I was on my Google Earth, as I usually am at night. Saw this weather pattern. Now, let me just show you. This is a weather pattern from, while there's still some of it left in the live streaming weather here. Okay, this is right up here. Let me just show you. There's still some of it left here. Not much, but there's still some of it left. See this right here? This was right here last night. Now, you can't, to take a picture and put it right here, what happens is if I overlay a picture here, it squeezes the top of the picture because it's towards the pole, the North Pole. So I had to save that image while it was like this and put it down here into the Pacific where I work on it there. Because it doesn't mess with the picture. When I put the picture in there, it'll be perfect. And you can see, look at that. Look at that weather pattern there. That weather pattern, it might be just just a tiny bit too big. Not much, but it's. I just work with it that way because it's easier. But look at that. That's a perfectly defined circle right there, and it just happens to be what? How big is it? It's pretty big. 3,000 miles, 3,200 miles across, which is just about right because that's about the size that leaves. See that circle there? Let me just trace it out for you. It goes up like this, goes like this, continues here, keeps coming around. This is the circle. That's an impact right there. Look at that. That is an impact circle right there, right here. Same with the Marianas Trench. Look at the size of it. It's the same size. These circles are the same size. People always want to tell me that it's because they were at the North Pole at one time or something. That's true. They were at the North Pole at one time. That's absolutely true. That's how I feel. I believe that. I agree. That is because they were at the North Pole because that's where the moon likes to hit. Because look, Greenland is a direct hit from an impact by Mare Oriental. It's a direct hit right there. I mean, it's dead center. Same with the Antarctica, been directly impacted. Totally the shape of Mare Oriental Basin. This whole thing right here. So it hits the poles, whether it be north or south. It could be both. It probably is both. Okay, so you can see that shape of that. I mean, that is something. That is definitely circular, perfectly circular pattern. Okay, so I looked at, I figured there's nothing in the center of this impact or this weather pattern. There's no clouds in the center really, and that's a very familiar shape on the moon. We can see that every day or every night that the moon's out in full. We can see this one. It's no problem. Okay, so this is the one I do believe it is right here. This one here. Okay, this one right here. And it shows the moon's bigger. I know it's going to show that the moon is bigger. I know it is. I mean, there's no way that they went to the moon or any of that. I mean, you can believe what you want. Like I always say, believe what you want. I tend not to believe anything. I always just consider it. I try not to believe in anything. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in anything. I believe in myself somewhat. That's terrible, isn't it? Okay. So what I did is I lined this up here, and see how there's nothing in the center of it. Just like in that weather pattern you see right there, nothing in the center of it. Like it hit just the ocean, like there was no land there at the time when it hit. Right? That's what it seems like because usually there would be weather patterns going through the center of it if it was anything else. But here we go. Just take a look at this right here. Let's just do this one first. Okay, you see this big crater right here, this big black crater there. Okay, take a look at the shape of the clouds right there. I mean, it's a little bit off because you can't really get it. It's a round object, so I can't get it flat. There's no way to get around that corner, but that's there. That is there. You can see the same. I can see the same angles and curves in that area there, right here. It's hard to see on this one because it's a Google Moon image. Of course, it's a Google Moon. They don't give you crap. I mean, that's what they give. All they give you is crap, I should say. Okay, so that's there, and this line's probably in there to hide. I'm sure the line's in there to hide something. On Google Moon, this is the only area you can zoom in and see anything, but even that is garbage. So anyway, here's what I lined up off of this here. See this perfect circle? This is a perfect circle on the moon right there. Okay, look at this weather pattern right behind it. I'm not saying that's a perfect circle, but that is a circle right there from that crater. And then look at the rest of it. Look at the rest of this over here. See how this curves around like this, right? Curves around like that. See the same thing? See how this weather pattern comes down like this right here? Does the same thing. Comes down right here to a point. They're not showing much of this over here. You don't see much of this in the weather. But you can see everything's falling into place. You see the curve. You see the big circle right here. Okay, and the reason I knew it was this one, well, I mean, it was pretty obvious, first of all. And then I was working on something a while back that put this right here. That crater right there next to Canada, right up here in this area. So I know it goes in that area. At the time I was working on it, I could see it went in that area somewhere, and that's a while back. But I can see. Believe me, I look at this stuff a lot. That you can see that it goes there. The shapes are all there. Look at this circle here. See this one here? That big circle there. Look, the big crater there, I should say. There's something right there too. You can see there is a crater, a circular shape right there. Look at that, right in place. And see how these clouds just stay in this dark area of the Earth right there. See how it's kind of, or the moon. I mean, this dark area right here. It all curves in the right spots. Look, I can even see where this whips up right here. You can see that the smooth curve ends and kind of goes up like this. You can see that. Okay. Plus the weather is moving. So, but I guarantee you we'll go up to Canada. We'll look at this area right here in Canada right now, and we'll check it out. Let's see where is that. Right off and up. Right off here and up. Right here. Oh, I can see it already. Look at it right here. It's right there. Look at that. Right in place. Here, back it off a little bit. You can see that. See it right there? There's a big old circle right there. That's probably the same exact one because it was up and left from the Great Slave Lake there. So, right here. Here's the curve. See how it all stops in the lines? It all stays in the lines. See, yeah, it's right here and up. Yeah, it's right there, right over the mountain. It's over the ridge of the mountains there, right over the top of the ridge of the mountains. You can see it. It's right up here. I don't see it as good, but it's definitely one of these circles here. It looked like it. Oh, it's right here. Look at that. That's what it is. Right there. That's it, because it's right over the lip of that mountain. You can see it right over the lip of that mountain. Let's just go take a look one more time. Right there. Right over the lip of that. Here's the mountain. You can see under the cloud right here. Right there. And it's right here. You can see the circle right here in the cloud. I can anyways. I mean, it's hard to see. It takes practice to know what you're looking at, but I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, it happens all the time. Whenever I do these weather patterns, and you can see it. I mean, look, something creates that circular shape. Something does, and what it is the moon. I'm telling you right now. Look at that big open area there, the big crater, and look at that big cloud right there. Right out, it's right on the edge. It falls right into place. If I make this circle the same size as this circle that's in the clouds, which you can see that it is pretty much right there, it's the same size. If I do that to make that fit in that circle right there, I just make it the same size, and then everything else seems to be the right size, right? It fits right in. So that's another thing right there that you got to go by. I mean, if that's fitting in that circle, and then that means I have to stretch this picture out that big enough to fit that circle, right? Okay, well that means that you see everything fall in place at that point, right? Everything makes itself that size because if I get one thing right, like something like that, then the rest of it's got to be pretty close or right too. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about. The weather patterns. Weather patterns follow the impacts. They only show them at certain times. You have to be familiar with the moon craters. And look, I'm sure there's lots of people, lots of scientists that have noticed this in the past. I mean, meteorologists and all of them, when they see these weather patterns, they're circular in shape like that. I mean, you got to wonder when you see those things. I know I do. I wonder what the hell is that. I mean, it's in a perfect circle. Why is that? I know the Earth is round, but there you go. That's what creates those things. And I'm not saying it happened right here on the Earth. It happened up here on the Earth, where I took this picture from. That's where it happened. That's up towards the pole, and that's where they happen, up towards the poles. They always hit up here. This look at this is an impact right here. This is the center of an impact. Pretty sure it's. I'm not really positive which one it is yet, but I was working on it yesterday. I made a video about that one pattern. There's a lot of areas actually that fit here, up in here. Mare Oriental hits up in here, and there's another one I know right here that happens right here, and the rays come out this way, and they hit the poles. That's what the moon does. When the poles reverse on the Earth, that's what the moon does. It is then attracted to the Earth. Because that's what opposites attract. If the poles flip and it's opposite of the moon, it attracts. It's obviously been for for all of our lifetimes anyway. The same poles where it repels the moon slowly, just a little bit, but it's gonna change. That'll change someday. I'm not trying to say the moon's gonna hit the Earth and put everybody in fear or anything. I'm just saying that science needs to change. The science needs to make people aware of this. This is something that people should know, so that they have the option to, base their life on that information or whatever they want to do. If they just want it, most people will just ignore it anyway. So I just think that the science needs to reflect that, or at least I know it happened. I mean, I've tied these impacts together so many times. I do it every day for like the past almost 3 years now. Almost 3 years. I do this pretty much every day. I mean, tried to go on vacation last week to go to the mountains, and it just didn't work out for some reason. I mean, I went up there, then I just ended up coming right back. Couldn't believe it. Didn't want to. I'm not going to get into what happened, but that's what happens when I try to go on vacation. I'll try again. I don't give up. I mean, look at all these circles. They're just all over the Earth. And this used to be at the pole. This used to be at the pole. This used to be at the pole. One of the poles right here. You got this used to be at the pole at one time, or around the pole. It hits like that. That's what it does. It hits the poles. And when I start putting things together, that's what it happens. So there's that weather pattern. I just want to show that before I got to get to work here. Sometimes it's hard for me to start working if I don't get things out. It's weird. Once I get it out and on my channel, just at least a video to explain a couple things for the day. But look at that. That is an impact. Look how big it is. I mean, it's not that big on the moon. There's no way in hell it's that big on the moon. It's 2,700 miles. Look at that. That is perfect size. Let me just show you something here. 2,700 miles. I just measured that out, right? From side to side. I mean, it really goes a little bit larger, but I just went from the inside of this circle to this side of the circle. 2,700, 2,800 miles. Let me just show you something here. Here, hold on. Right? You go from in here, right here. Oh, it's about 3. It's like 2,800 miles. Look at the size right there. 2,800 miles. It's right there. Here, click it down. Just like that. Same thing, same size. Let me just do this one. Let's do this one now. 26. If I was to go to here, it'd be 28. I mean, right there, you see that's the outer edge of the circle anyway. So there you go, 2,800 miles. Those are impacts by the moon. Repeated impacts by the moon. They happen. And I mean, this seems silly, but you may not think that, you may think it's coincidence, but those Sailor Moon musicals that I tell people to watch and pay attention to the words of the script of those musicals and the song lyrics. And then people, that lady that writes that stuff, she knows about that. I'm telling you, that's one smart lady. She knows this. And she if you just read the words, pay attention to her words, you will see that people know about this. It's not a secret. It's just people don't care to know. That's all it is really people just don't really care because they can't change their, they can't do anything about it. Not at this point mostly, but maybe kids could. If kids have learned that's why I try to get the science out there and say it needs to change, because kids that are young could do something about this, for their future. They could do something. I don't know, build a space shuttle, get out of here at the time. That's what the elite do. That's what you think our space program was for us to go to the moon just for science? Hell no. They were trying to get the hell out. Well, it started out with nuclear. They were testing nuclear launch systems, basically, at the time. That's what it all started probably from. And then, they've figured out the space shuttle. And now they got it all set to where they know how to get out of here. They probably got 5 space shuttles at the damn Area 51, for them all to just get on and get out of here and leave us all behind. So that's what the space program is all about, I do believe. And they just recently shut it down, so they're just saving resources, I'm sure, because the Earth is low on resources, thanks to them too. I mean, they come in and they mine all the gold, they mine all the minerals to make products for their corporations and all that crap. They're the ones that take all the shit from the Earth, and I mean, sure, we buy it, but that's, you know, you put it there, someone's going to buy it. You know, all the crap that they, you know, those are the corporations that are screwing up the Earth. So they should pay the taxes, not us. You know, the carbon taxes and all that crap. Corporations are the ones digging up the Earth. I don't have the money to go do that. I mean, sure, I got money to buy the products, but I have to buy the products. I'm basically forced to. So anyway, that's my little rant at the end of my video there. You know, just really, it's the way it is. They destroy the Earth, and then they try to blame it on us, and we got to pay because we drive cars and things like that. Well, you know, I understand that part, but stop making cars. All right, everybody have a good day.